Hello, hello, hello. This is Daedria, your medical billing guru, also known as the accounts receivable reducer. I would like to speak to the providers today. I have a few questions for you. Are your accounts receivable 90 days and over? Are you experiencing a lot of denials and more than normal write-offs? If so, then this video is for you. So the first thing is the 90 days and over accounts receivables. Okay, so the 90 days is not so bad because most insurance companies won't process a claim for 60 days. So 90 days is not that bad. But when we start talking about 120 days past due, 180 days past due, and beyond that, then you stand the risk of your business being in financial trouble, because the older a claim is, the harder it is to collect on that claim due to timely filing issues. The next issue is if you are experiencing a lot of denials, then something is really wrong. Because if your claims are going out clean, they should be getting paid promptly. Unless there's a billing issue or maybe a coding issue or something like that, your claim should be getting paid within 60 days or so. Now, you may have an issue with a claim being denied in error, and that's due to something that the insurance company denied it for, but it's just denied in error. And if that's the case, then I wouldn't even worry about those denials, because you can very easily get those denials overturned. Okay, and so now, which brings me to my final issue, which is if you are experiencing more than normal write-offs, then your billing staff they just are not doing their due diligence to collect your money, and that's it. That's the bottom line. Because think about it, if all your claims are going out clean, you should be getting those payments back through the door really quickly. There's no reason, absolutely, there should not just be any write-offs unless it's a contractual adjustment. And so there are a few legitimate write-offs, and let me see, I have them written down here. There are a few legitimate write-offs that you can overlook. So as I said before, the first one is, the main one is contractual adjustments that's specified on the EOBs. Then you have your charity write-offs, which are approved financial hardships, which means that the patient are having financial hardships, and it's very hard for them to pay their bills, and it has to be approved for that to be a charity write-off. Okay, so then we have our promotional write-offs, and those write-offs are when the provider give the patient a deal, like maybe 10%, they'll write off if they say, okay, if you could pay the entire balance right now, we'll write the rest of the balance off, whatever amount is agreed upon. Okay, you pay the full amount, the other amount is being written off. Okay, so that is called a promotional write-off. And so then we have our admin write-offs, and those are a dissatisfied customer. They call in for some reason, they're dissatisfied for some reason, and of course the provider want to keep the customer happy, so they'll write off a specified amount. They'll say, ask the patient, well, okay, to make you happy, can we write off a certain amount? And to keep their patients, of course, it's worth it to just to write off something off their bill just to keep that customer satisfied. And once again, that's called an admin write-off. Now we want to get into the write-offs that's not legitimate. In other words, it should just not be happening. Okay, so that's a timely filing write-off. And it's timely filing issue due to the reason it's either a billing or the billing or the appeal was submitted past the filing limit, and that's due to a billing error, of course. And then we also have a uncollectible write-off, where that is simply the entire claim has been written off because it has been deemed that this claim is uncollectible, and that's also some type of billing error. Then we have our uncredentialed write-off, and this is when a provider is not credentialed. The provider is practicing and billing under that provider, and they're not credentialed, and the payer absolutely will not pay under these circumstances. Okay, and I want to bring to the attention of one more write-off that is considered a legitimate write-off, and that's called a small balance write-off that I failed to mention. And that's a write-off where the balance is just really small, like maybe $5 or under, and it's considered not, it's just not worth the time or day to collect on it. So that's called a small balance write-off. Okay, so now if your business is experiencing any of these issues, please don't hesitate to contact me so that we can turn this situation around and get your AR to a current status. Okay, so I'm your medical billing guru and the accounts receivable reducer. I get results.